In this last video on synthetic division, we are now going to divide our polynomial here by a linear factor, a binomial, first degree binomial that now has a coefficient in front of the x. So what we want to do is, it's much easier, well, it only works really, to divide it where I have coefficient of 1 in front of the x. So another way of saying that 3x minus 2 would be to set this equal to a root and then solve for x. So x would be equal to 2/3, or basically x minus 2/3. So another way of saying this would be to say x minus 2/3. Alright. So now we can set up our synthetic division by taking the opposite of that, which would be 2/3, putting it in our divide guy, putting out the coefficients of each of these terms. So it would be a 6, a negative 19, a positive 28, and a negative 12. Alright, well, we just bring down the 6 per usual. We just bring down the 6. Now I want you to pay attention here, because this is going to influence our final quotient. Notice that if I multiply 6 times 2/3, I'm going to get 4. So remembering that we changed our binomial factor here to look a little bit different. We have to remember that at the end, so we can take out anything that we divided or multiplied in. Anyway, 2/3 times 6 is 2 times 6 is 12, divided by 3 is 4. So I'm left with a positive 4. When I add that in, negative 19 plus 4 is a negative 15. Now I multiply that by 2/3, so negative 15 times 2 is negative 30. Divide that by 3 and I get a negative 10. And when I add 28 times plus a negative 10, I get a positive 18. And then I do the same thing. 2 times 18 is 36. 36 divided by 3 is a positive 12. So I have no remainder, it looks like. And now I just take my coefficients and I fill in. My first term is an x to the 3rd power, so I start from here and work my way down. So it'd be 6x squared minus 15x plus 18. Now, if I were to multiply that times, take that and multiply it by 3x minus 2, this number times that number will give me 18x cubed, and that's actually not what I have. So let's factor out, let's just divide out the greatest common factor here, which is a 3, and see what we're left with. We're left with now 2x squared minus 5x plus 6. And indeed, if I were to take that and multiply it by my binomial factor, I would get 6x squared, and so on and so forth. Should we? Yeah, we have time to check it. Let's check it. 3x negative 2 is one side. It's one side. And the other side is 2x squared minus 5x plus 6. And that's our other side of our area model. So let's take that and distribute. First term times first term is 6x cubed. 15x squared. First term times third term is a positive 18x. Second term times first term is a negative 4x squared. Negative 2 times a negative 5 is a positive 10x, and a negative times a positive is a negative 12. our like terms or diagonals. So we end up with 6x cubed minus 4x squared minus 15x squared is a minus 19x squared, plus 10 plus 18 is a plus 28x, and then a minus 12 at the end, and that should check with our original dividend, and yay, look at that, they're the same. Congratulations.